Honestly, at this point, this channel is all over the place. It started as like a t-shirt DIY channel and then some automotive truck stuff. And now it's just kind of any project I have going on. So today's project is the staircase. I'm going to be bending my Lifeproof vinyl flooring over the stairs, creating my own treads. I've seen this done on YouTube a few times, so I'm going to go ahead and tackle it. This is what the staircase looks like now. And when I'm done, hopefully it'll look a hell of a lot better. So. All right, if you look down here, this is what's called a bull nose. So the stair tread kind of does a half dome here. So, oh, this is blue, trying to steal the camera. So yeah, we'll be laying the vinyl flooring over here and then bending the front treads so that it meets the riser down there. And then up here, we'll just be doing the landings in standard vinyl and then doing the rest of the staircase. All right, so here are the pieces needed to create the laminate vinyl plank flooring jig. So let's get this here. So this is a stair tread. You can just buy these from Home Depot. I believe this one is 48 inches long. Essentially, we're going to be building a jig so that you can bend the flooring around the front bull nose. The rest of these are to create a stair jig so that you can measure the angle of the stair tread and cut it precisely. You'll get what I mean when I lay it out. So I'm going to do some measurements, get this cut up, and I'll show you. So here is the stair tread jig that I built. So you can see here it's pretty much 4 sets of carriage bolts and wing nuts, and then you have a stop plate here that is attached to the, I guess, the outer edge plank. It's just pretty much scrap wood, but I'll give you guys an idea of how to design it. Just a 3-inch, 34-inch long, I guess, base plate. You can either buy these at Home Depot or you can build them. There's a lot of YouTube videos that teach you how to build these jigs, but you essentially just need a stop plate, tell you where the edge of the tread is, and then the angles of the outside of the stair tread. So I capture that and then transfer it over to the boards. All right, so let me try and explain a little better what I'm trying to do a better job of it. So this is the Lifeproof vinyl flooring. It's got a rubber underlayment, and then yeah, it's just pretty much vinyl throughout. Unlike laminate, it doesn't have any fiberboard or wood. So what you can do, what I've seen online, is guys will set up a jig where this is pressed up against the bull nose, and then you torch or use a heat gun, and then it will relax the plank and it will wrap around the bull nose, giving you that profile you want. So first thing I'm going to do is get this to stand on its own. I'm going to build some legs for it so it's nice and sturdy, and then I'll build a brace piece, and then we'll try bending some planks over it. So check it out. Real quick, guys, let me explain this table jig I created here. So this is a scrap table that I used. So I was able to drill into this table and create a fixture so that every plank was identical and every plank I set down had the same measurements. So here you see the gap between the edge of the plank and the wood. It'll be enough space for the router to slide through this channel and give me the exact measurement I need. Your measurements are going to be different. You have to find how big the edge of the stair nose is going to be. And yeah, so you're going to see me here routering a channel through the back of the plank, through the rubber backing. I'm going to go through and then move that piece of wood to the other side. I needed 2 channels for mine to create the front face, so I slide that piece of wood over, give myself enough space for the router to slide through, and then you're going to carve that little channel. Like I said, yours are going to be a bit different. The depth of the router is dependent on how thick your plank is. I went about halfway through the material to give yourself about half thickness in the plank to keep its structural integrity. You don't want to go through too much. All right, here I'm heating the plank up. This takes about 4 to 5 minutes. In total, it's probably like 8 minutes a plank. Here I heat one edge up, going back and forth continuously.
and then you're going to see me bend the leading edge, and then I go back and get the second channel that I routed, and then you're just going to pretty much muscle it. It's going to create like a J shape, and then I'm bringing it over to that jig that I built earlier. So what you want to do is, right now it's piping hot, it's really warm to the touch, and then you want to let it cool down in the final state that you want it to be in. So here you see me clamping the boards down so that when it cools down, it stays this shape. So that's what's great about vinyl. You can heat it up, manipulate it, and then when it cools down, it's going to hold its shape. So that's what I'm doing here. Just make sure the clamps are nice and tight. Everything is pressed down. And I'm going to show you a view here of the edge. So instead of a bull nose, I ended up going with a more modern square nose, square profile. I think it looks more contemporary. It looks a lot sharper. Yep.
All right, and then once you capture the stair tread on the actual staircase, transfer it over to your new boards, align everything up, and then that piece is ready to get cut. All right guys, here's where we're at, the midway point. I've cut all the stair treads and all the landings, and I've got them set in place. It's kind of a dry fit right now. The landings are glued down, but the treads are not. I labeled all of them so that when I go to remove them, and then I paint the baseboards and trim, I can put them all back where they belong. So here's the upper landing, and then the last two steps. After you've cut your panels, you got them ready, go on and test fit them, dry fit them first. I've already done this, but we'll just make sure that after painting the trim around the staircase, the panels still fit and everything's nice. So that looks good. Set this here. Want to make sure there's no big debris, no big chunks sitting on here. And the glue we're using is Loctite PL375. That's just what I've read online and seen on people use on YouTube. It's the best for this type of application. So what I've been doing is I'll apply a bead on the bottom inside lip of the tread so that when I put the clamps on, there's something for it to bite onto. So that's done. And then you just want to coat the base of the tread. You don't want to be stingy with the glue. I go through about, I'd say one of these tubes does 2 stair treads. All right. You want to make sure there's no like fragments inside this this tongue and groove gap here. No issues. Set that in first. Get your other piece. See if I can do it. Okay. Then just slowly work it down. That's gonna be it. Oh. You know what, we made a mistake. Well, there we go. We made our first mistake. No big deal. This is actually the 13th panel. Set that panel in. All right, you want to get any of the glue residue that might have seeped out of the seams or edges. Go ahead and get that. Back there. What I like to do is take the, I don't know, the striker, just kind of seat all the edges. And what I do is take these clamps, put them on the edge, that way they squeeze onto the wooden tread profile, so it kind of aligns the face. One last push, make sure they're snug. All right, here is the update with the treads all glued down. Oh, there's glue up there. So these are the last two steps, and then tomorrow I'll be working on the risers to fill in all the vertical places. Alright, so I installed the risers and I'm going to paint them in place. So I've got all the treads masked off. I filled in all the nail gun holes. And I'm getting ready to paint. These are all going to go white. And then the walls will go gray. So this is the before.
All right, and here's the part of the video where I ask you to like or subscribe to the channel if you found some type of value or help from this video. Highly appreciate it. There'll be more videos like this going forward, so every like and subscribe helps me. And if you have any comments or questions, leave them down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thank you.